So this mosaic that you can see was made around 1500 years ago. So we are in the city of Madaba and behind me is the St. George's Church. Even to date, people have used this map as a reference for all their activities. The color of this desert changes every hour. I'm sure the camera is unable to capture what I'm seeing. I have tried multiple times, even on my phone camera, to capture the mesmerizing beauty of this place. Hello, namaste and kem cho. Welcome guys to my channel. Today I am at Wadi Rum and let's explore culture beyond borders, have fun beyond borders because you're watching with me, Isha, Beyond Borders. Isha Beyond Borders. Finished our stay at Petra and heading towards Wadi Rum, and here at this beautiful panoramic spot on the way that offers stunning view of the mountains. So guys, we are here at the Wadi Rum Visitor Center wherein we need to register as tourists. Doesn't matter where you're staying, but to enter this area we need to register ourselves. Charge for all of the tourists, different types of tourists is mentioned here. So while we are en route to the Wadi Rum, we came across this beautiful train from the year 1900. It's called the Hijazi Railways and it was built by Abdul Hamid II, Sultan Abdul Hamid II. That's the one. So we are here in the middle of Wadi Rum and we're waiting for a shuttle to probably guide us to where our resort is. But to give you a rough example, you can look behind me. This is the kind of camps they have. It's like bubble tents and it almost feels like staying on Mars. We're in the Wadi Rum now, heading towards the desert on our jeep tour. It's that bit sunny, so we're inside. Probably once it gets a little cool, we're gonna go in the open on the backside of this jeep and explore more. It's stunning views, just endless desert. Have a look. Hi. So here for the desert safari in the Wadi Rum with beautiful red sand right now. So what I heard from the locals and the guys over here is because of the silicon that is mixed with the sand in here, the color of this desert changes every hour. Mornings, noon, evenings and night, depending upon the reflection of the sunlight, the color changes. Right now you can see it's a nice golden brown. In the evening when the sun sets, I'm looking forward to seeing the red color of the sand. So we have to climb up and do some pictures, videos, get down. There's some tea awaiting us, which to be honest I'm not really looking forward to. It's all decoctions, no milk. However, the Arabic coffee, which I tasted in the afternoon during our welcome, was surprisingly different. It was more like a herbal concoction and less of the regular caffeinated coffee. So guys, during this 2 hours of the jeep ride in Wadi Rum, you will be taken to about 4 to 5 scenic spots and you can click a couple of pictures. You can see the place around. There's mountains, there's canyons, and of course even the tour guides and the drivers are very warm enough to click fantastic pictures because of course they are the master of the art here. It's so beautiful. I'm sure the camera is unable to capture what I'm seeing. I have tried multiple times, even on my phone camera, to capture the mesmerizing beauty of this place. You look at the mountains, the canyons, they are amazing. They are gigantic. The formations, the texture, I just cannot explain how beautiful, how huge it looks. Also, this is the spot where the Lawrence of the Arabians was shot. A couple of other movies like Star Wars, Martians, they were all shot in the Wadi Rum, guys. Welcome guys to one of the luxury bubble tents of Wadi Rum. This hotel is the Mazayan luxury camp in the Wadi Rum, and they have this amazing Martian kind of tents where you actually feel like you're living on a bubble on the Mars planet. So these cost roughly about 120 JDs a night, and it also depends on the season, their rates. But when you come inside, though they might look like tents from outside, but inside they're beautiful. They have all the amenities that you need. There's a nice air condition here. There's your water kettle, your fridge, a nice washroom, of course, a cupboard, and this beautiful view of the Wadi Rum.
This is the buffet area of the Mazayan luxury camp, and this is how they prepare their traditional dish, which is called zarb. It is prepared underground. Don't expect a lot of options for vegetarians, but yes, you will definitely find few steamed vegetables along with rice, maybe some noodles.
So we just had a look at the process of how they prepare their traditional meal. I'm super excited to get started with what they have to offer.
It is something very similar to the mandi or the biryani, wherein the meat, vegetables and rice are prepared underground. The nights are pretty lit. I was actually expecting it to be quite boring, but they have arranged great entertainment for us. There are live performers, belly dancers, and of course their traditional music tunes that you can dance to.
I am at Mount Nebo in Jordan. So heading towards Mount Nebo. Excited to see what's inside. The drive from Dead Sea to Mount Nebo is around 30 minutes, and the entry tickets cost around 3 JDs per person. So guys, Mount Nebo has a lot of history which is related to 3 religions over here. It is Jewish, it is Islamic and also Christian. And this part has been developed by the Franciscan from the Italy. So the most important factor about the Mount Nebo is the fact that Prophet Moses was buried here. It is one of the highest mountains in the area. It is for the fact that he could have a view of the Holy Land altogether. And to be honest, while we are standing here, we can actually see the city of Amman from here, which is beautiful. So actually you do get a beautiful bird's eye view right from the top of this mountain. Entering into the museum. Wow, it looks so beautiful. Nice aesthetics. Before you enter the Mount Nebo, there's this museum which you must visit, which helps you know more about Mount Nebo, how it was founded, discovered, and also the remains from this place. Here you can see there's this milestone which was founded and the inscriptions that are written on it. This is the one, and here you can read what's actually written. So guys, we're about to enter the church, and we're not really allowed to make a lot of noise or speak inside the church, which is why I'll be giving you the details about what's inside right here outside. So this mosaic that you can see was made around 1500 years ago and has been preserved, but then they covered it because of the iconoclasm. When it was built, this is how it looked. It talked about life in 2 ways, with and without the religion. And after it was covered, they made geometric designs, just like the ones behind me. So when it was covered to the level of those bricks of the wall on the right-hand side, and which is why it is one of the most well-preserved mosaics of the world. Different portions which were built during different centuries, beginning from the 3rd century till the 7th century, and the last part which was actually discovered in the 1930s. This is the new baptism site which was made later on, because the original one was buried because of the mosaic. So we just finished our tour of the Mount Nebo, and now we are heading towards the Madaba city. On the way, we found this beautiful store which offers you all the handicraft items, especially the mosaic items. It has everything for your home decor, jewelry, paintings, cutlery, crockery. So we are in the city of Madaba, and behind me is the St. George's Church. Guys, the drive from Mount Nebo to the St. George's Church in the Madaba city is roughly about 30 minutes, and the tickets to this church cost about 3 JDs per person, which can be purchased directly outside of the church. So the thing that this church is famous for is the mosaic map. This map was built in the 5th century, and it is quite surprising to know that 85% of it still stands true. Even today, people have used this map as a reference for all their activities. So the Jesus baptism site, which was recently discovered, was also with the help of this map. Everything on this map regarding their cultures, regarding their trade, professions, regarding the topography still holds 185%, so not 100%. So the map is about 1500 years old, and it shows about 5 countries and more than 150 cities. Let's make a wish. Behind me is the Shobak Castle in Jordan. Let's explore the history there. So guys, we took almost about 2 to 3 hours to reach to the Shobak Castle, and we got to know that it's closed. But lucky for us, our guide somehow managed to convince him to open it for a couple of minutes so that we can capture what we are here for. So as we enter the Shobak Castle, we first saw the water system where they stored water, and towards the left side we are seeing the lower church, which is one of the first things in this castle. So all these domes or ceilings that were built during that time, they all have a special technique wherein all the rocks are brought together by keystones, which are the binding rocks that hold the entire structure together. Now, as we move out of the lower church, there's going to be baptism site. Every church is supposed to have a baptism site. So this castle was built in the 12th century, and this area that you can see, which was supposed to be the baptism site. So after the 12th century, it was taken over by the Ayyubid, and after that came the Mamlukic, who turned this area into a soap factory and preserved the lower church as it is. So if you're planning to come here, be prepared because there's going to be a lot of walking and hiking. Even before you enter the castle, there's going to be about half a kilometer of walking, and then of course exploring the palace inside. So this door was a secret door which goes down about 360 steps and which is the secret door to their water supply. So whenever there is an enemy attack, for example, Saladin, when he had attacked with his army, they almost stayed outside for about 2 years, and they were surprised or rather shocked to understand where they had their water supply. So this is the Mamluk passageway. Let's go inside. All of their castles, the Ajloon castle, this one, they have their peepholes. They're all built on heights to get a good view of the entire area around and to get a hold of the enemy's moves. So this is a semicircular tower. As you can see, it's in the shape of a semicircle from your left to right. So this, as you can see, the outside of the semicircle tower, which of course is a semicircle, has scriptures written in Arabic by the king himself. And down there you can see few demolished houses which were again used for people under the protection of this castle. So guys, when you're here in Jordan and if you find an extra day to yourself, then I think this is a good idea to explore the Madaba city, Mount Nebo and the Shobak Castle. But otherwise, if you are contemplating, then this is a skippable list on your itinerary for sure. Don't give it 2 thoughts. If you're busy, if you want to take a day off, then you can easily skip this. I don't think you need to put in so much of time and efforts for this one. And that's all for this time. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe, share, follow and like. And help me create more amazing, interesting content for you guys. We'll be waiting for your feedback. Thank you.
Well guys, thank you so much for watching all my Jordan series. This one is the last part of it, but hey, I do have a lot more interesting stuff. Hope you've had a look at my Dubai series and also my very recent Labuan Bajo trip, which is a pretty undiscovered location in Indonesia. Really appreciate all your love and warmth. Thank you so much. Please make sure you've subscribed. We'll be waiting for your feedback in the comments. Thank you and bye.